fart noises. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Let me look at my template. I might be able to just go ahead and once I finish Master Carbineer, because I'm literally about to dang, like next mission or next wave of missions, I will have Master Carbineer, and then I can put my combat experience into tumbling. I'm pretty sure I'll pull up the character builder and make an adjustment and just see. I might have to not take something else, but I should have enough points to get tumbling, and then I'll be able to do that for you. I'm gonna start a little. I can make do if you have literally nothing else to spend on. Yeah. And I do have like 8 points in the build that I can just spend on that instead of like the heal speed, because I really don't need the heal speed. So just give me 1 second, because I'm just starting a little bit late. It's such a beautiful day outside. I had to take the puppy out and play with him for a while, so it was just too nice outside. So I'm just gonna finish getting set up here, and then I'll get started. You just woke up? Well, good morning. Good afternoon. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, what's going on with the music? There we go. Alrighty, I am in a lot of pain today. I gotta run back, heal all these wounds, get buffed, and we will begin. But my lower back is killing me today, and it's like radiating down through my left sciatic nerve. sitting here trying to brush the dog, but I can't really like bend over. My back's just wanting to let go and fall over. It was I felt so good last night too. I felt really good last night, and then I wake up and I'm just like, oh, hurt. Have you tried removing your spine? Yeah, I'll find a predator and just have them, go ahead and carve it out. A decorative shisha. Hurting. But it won't take long. We'll have Novice Swordsman, Master Carbineer, and oh, I meant to pull up the let's look at the builder real fast. I want to see. We're waiting on the shuttle. If I go, where's it at? Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of points to work with. I mean, I could go. What does squad leader require? Is it Master Scout? No, it's just survival and exploration. I wonder. Maybe I could pull up squad leader. Let me put that away for a second. We'll bring that back up here in a minute. Not trying to be a jerk or anything, but you regularly read the most recent message without reading the ones in between. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You said, running through my cash like no one's business, getting leveled up. Should start my third character to combat, gain cash. Oh, you're gonna do a combat tune to make money. I think the cost effective one is like TKM. TKM with like defense or defense and medic and scout, like you can make money with that build. Like just picking up like that and scout right there. I mean, you don't even need this. You just need one box. But hunting 4 is just enough that you can make money harvesting and you can't fix it if you don't know exactly. Dude, I don't take offense to it at all. I appreciate the patience and consideration, because I know I'm bad about it. You were gonna do Pistoler, and dude, join the Carbineer army. Let's go Carbineer Ranger. I don't know, with Ranger, I think TKM is the best, because TKM, if you only have one combat profession, TKM is the best. Like, if you don't have any other options, if you're not taking any other combat skills, TKM standalone, it's the best option, and it's the most, it's got the best uptime in terms of performance, because you can heal off your wounds. Yeah, I really like it. But TK is like that's my profession. Like, I love TK. I played TK for a long time. Oh man. Goodness. But Pistoler's cool. I mean, it's just not... It needs more melee range defense, I feel like. I'm also getting close to completing XCOM 2 on hardest. I've never played any of the XCOM games. I'm not big on like single player games. Like after Star Wars Galaxies, and before that I was playing Counter-Strike and StarCraft. But I want to be playing with humans. I don't like playing against a computer. I don't like some single player games are okay, like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, Metal Gear Solid. I like Final Fantasy 8. You know, controversial opinion. I think Final Fantasy 8 is the best, but that's just me. It could be just because of the timing of me getting into it and just the quality. I didn't play 7 before I played 8, and so. I went from like Final Fantasy Tactics and the early Final Fantasies to Final Fantasy 8, and I thought it was just wow. Like the cutscene, everything. I was just like, this is amazing. The graphics were insane for back then. You haven't played any? Yeah. But that's it for me as far as. Are you by the chance in this cantina? I was. Oh, you're an Isaac? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and peel them off. Got a lot of wounds to heal. That dude's name is Sister. He couldn't even capitalize the first letter of his name. This is probably the most brilliant cantina ban. I like that. I used to play a ton of Destiny 2 and loved raids. That was my thing. Destiny 2. I'm a Warframe guy, so I'm not a Destiny player. If I'm gonna play Lucifer, it's gonna be Warframe or Marvel's Avengers. But Marvel's Avengers, had so much fun with that. We had a good group. Like I had a nice little crew that I played with. They were all like top level, players. And we would go for speed to try and beat the end. We actually tried to compete for world first for the War for Wakanda campaign. We had to start over twice because there was like bugs when they first launched it. So like everybody's competing to try and be the first one, and we were like second place behind this other group. But everybody was having problems where we get DC'd and have to start the whole thing over again, and it's pretty brutal. But I love Marvel's Avengers. It's a shame that the game died. I think they just kind of mismanaged things. I don't think they realized what they had. I don't know that they realized what they had, and but the campaigns were fantastic. I mean, really good. War for Wakanda was fantastic. All the stuff that they produced, like the content in the game was great. I think where they messed up is they focused so much on the skins for the primary Avengers instead of adding in other characters. They had a wealth of characters they could have added in and had stories and everything, and they focused on skins for money. But what are people going to do? They're going to wait and buy. Like Dota does it right. The prices on stuff in Dota are very cheap, right? It's driven by the market, like how common they are and everything. But with these other games, they do it wrong. They put this, like $9 for a different uniform, and it's like people aren't just gonna buy that. Like $9 is like the top end of grab and goes at stores. Like they buy what they're buying, and then they see something that's like an extra $5. They're just like, I'll grab that. And for digital skin, has no impact. Like it's a little expensive. They could have made way more money if it was nickels and dimes. If it was not so much nickels and dimes, but like a buck. A skin should be like $1. But these games, they have this model. GTA, had it with the shark cards, and everybody else kind of matched the same price point, but it's like $99 for so many coins or tokens or whatever, and then you get like 3 items out of it or whatever. It's just silly. Anyways, I'm kind of ranting. You try Warframe, the third person. They messed up. Oh, hold on. They messed up around a year ago real bad. I tried Warframe. The third-person movement system was something I couldn't do. I already struggle with third person. If Warframe was first person, I might have played. I guess I can get that. I don't know. I prefer third person. I mean, I do like first person for shooters, but Warframe's not exactly a shooter. Like, it's a looter shooter, but I mean, it's not, I don't know. But I thought you could go first person. I thought you could zoom in. I love the movement though, but you have to rebind the bindings are a little wonky by default. So you have to kind of, you know, change them around, reorganize your keyboard a little bit. Alright, we should be good to go. Well, let me know if you give more Warframe. If you can't, first I might give it a try again. Yeah, it could just be that I'm thinking of scoped weapons or something like that. I'm not positive. I'd have to go back in and look. But, I don't know, I love that. I love that game. Fast-paced. It feels like there's a learning curve to that game, and it's such a big world. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. I do love single player stories. Replaying Horizon Zero Dawn before the Horizon Forbidden West drop on Steam, March 21st. I don't mind. Like, if the story's good, that's why I was saying, like, Metal Gear is one of those ones that I love. Like, I love. It had a great deal of impact, you know, in my life. It shaped some of my perspectives and thinking. You know, Hideo Kojima was brilliant. Nope, we don't want that weapon. There we go. Ah, we got reset at every login. I didn't know that. But yeah, I haven't played too many of the mod, like the ones that a lot of people like people talk about, like Elder Scrolls, or they talk about The Witcher, XCOM, Dead Space. There's a bunch of different games that people have, you know, said are really good. Assassin's Creed, like I've maybe played like a couple minutes of Assassin's Creed, just messing around in the game. But anyways, there's a lot of those games that I have not played. I just haven't gotten into them. Well, we picked up a large Yakun. It's level 57. And Rick's level 53. The Grand Rick's probably not. That's probably not the most efficient for me. Like I should stick to greater sludge panels, I think. Stats again. I want to say they were 5% versus kinetic, but this one run right now will pick up Novice Swordsman for me and complete Master Carpenter. So we'll be starting on a high point. I mostly play XCOM or Civ at work since if something happens I need to go. So turn-based is great for me since it's not a big deal if I leave it hanging for 30 minutes. Yeah. The pause button's nice. That was one of the challenges in the early days when MMOs started and like multiplayer, you know. Because the previous generation just had a pause button, and so they just pause it and go do whatever they had to do and come back and press start and keep playing, you know, Mario Brothers or whatever. But when multiplayer online gameplay started really becoming bigger and bigger, you know, somebody'd say, "Hey, I need you to do something. Just pause it." It's like, I can't do that. That's not a thing. Okay, so they knock down. Yeah, I really don't want to fight the knockdown is kind of annoying. 35% kinetic, yeah. So I don't think the Grand Rix is the go-to for me. Let's eat some piccata. Yeah, and I get 3K for the Sludge Panthers, but then this, like, it's just not. Novice Swordsman is going to help out a lot. Increasing accuracy, speed. Let me see. Yeah, 15 accuracy, 10 speed, more toughness, a little bit of melee defense. Not a lot there. I wonder what that's going to bring my counterattack to. Plus 15. Where am I at now? 80? Oh, I'll be up at the 90. Yeah, hold on. Let me pause the earth. Give me 1 second. I gotta bring the special effects sounds down. Or no special effects, the effects. So we'll go back, we'll train up, and then we'll grab another Akuin in this direction and clear. There's a lot of them. Oh, I need that one to clear combat queue and everything. Where's that at? There we go. let's run back real fast. Train is up. I'm excited. Master Pilots, Master Scout, Master Creature Handler, Ranger 0030. Still just from. I mean, you could, yeah. That was like, I kind of had, I was working towards that at one point just for, because it was like, at that time, Creature Handler was kind of broken. And, I mean, it was strong. I guess it was before we really had the good buffs and the armor, all that stuff. Like, I'm talking early in the game. Is this your Carboneer, TKM, Creature Handler, Entertainer? No. Well, I don't have the Entertainer. That's appropriate panic. He's the one with the Entertainer. I don't have the Entertainer. But no, like very early in the game, before I made Slick Sith, I was playing on Starsighter because I was playing on Slick Kill's account, and so I was like on Starsighter. He was on Bloodfin at the time, and everybody else was on Bloodfin too. I hadn't got an account yet, and one of the other guys was usually playing on the second one. Hold on a second, let's just see here. Interested in Learn Scout, Master Carboneer special abilities, Carboneer, yes, boom. You're now Master Carboneer. Alright, so we got our first badge, check force. You've barely sensed something different about yourself. So, that's the first step. First step complete. The other thing we need is the swordsman. He is right here. Novice swordsman. Thank you. Okay, so we got that done. Marksman, I can also pick up these two because let me pull that builder up real fast. So we'll take a look at this. So we're looking at range support. I have 32 points. Let's double check. We're on medic, yeah. Swordsman, Carboneer. Yeah, so I have 32 points. Now if I wanted to go Master Swordsman, I can't do that. What do I want to focus points into? I can't go Master Scout. I could go up this route to Novice Squad Leader. I mean, I could go. I need to figure out what I need for the village. I should leave those points remaining just because I got to figure out what I have to spend them on in the village. So I got 32 points there. We'll see. Should pick that up. Let me see, what do I get for that? Range defense, melee defense, just +2. I wish it was 8. It should be 5. It should be 5 a pop. I think this would be better if it was 5. If it was melee range defense, you know, 5. I think that'd be good. But whatever. I think it would make those boxes more valuable. Here we go. Okay, so intermediate sword defense, perfect. It already knew where to go. And do that. Let's go grab another mission. The one downside is having to come back and let me see. Will it give me the good stuff? Yeah, it's not gonna give me the good stuff. Equip the carbine. Okay, so now we have 2 Akuans. Let's make this happen. Can't wait to get spin attack too. Feels really good to turn into a blender. It's one of the beauties of doing melee profession. Once you get that spin attack, like TK, it's basically a wrap. It's just a matter of farming missions at that point. You made a big mistake last night. In Galaxies? What'd you do? What did you do? Leave me alone, Vianock. I don't know if it's about time where I can start oh, AoEs. I gotta get away from the swoop. Please don't blow up my swoop. We're gonna store that one. Call this one out. I gotta remember to keep that thing away from the lake. Perfect Pan says, finish my run of factory crates, swapped schematic, never started the manufacturing. Ugh. Well, I still have them, so when the time comes. And you can, you know, however many we can get of the black, you know, 4-socket pantaloons like that, great. But you know, once we get what I need for all 3 characters or all 3 builds or whatever, we can you can just use the rest to make stuff to sell or for yourself. I need to figure out what the strongest carbine. Okay, I'm guessing it's the laser carbine because it's medium arm pen. For PvE, like it has high damage, good speed. I think I need to get like a really good, great laser carbine built. I need to go look and see what the components are and stuff. I should do a run of them anyways to sell, because I'm not really covering that area. I just have C-defs, that's it. So I don't have any follow-up purchases for people on the vendor. But yeah, I went through the biosensor stuff for the plus 25 injury wound treatment. These are good. These are the level 61. I've got a lot of bone. I got a lot of meat, a lot of hide. So this can all be used for crafting clothes. These can be used in conjunction for leveling certain aspects of scout, like trapping and survival. But this would be good. What I like about doing a character like this, where I'm constantly rolling through it, is once I level it up, I'm not chasing the trees in the village. I'm not trying to actually fill those trees, so I don't actually have to constantly grind. I can just grind up, get to a finished point, and then do the theme parks, do all that kind of stuff, run around, get the rewards. I do need the Imperial faction, so I'm going to have to find a smuggler to do that because I can't do it for myself. Really like this game, but finding a match is impossible. What, an XCOM? Is that what you're talking about? I get them as far away from the swoop as possible. I need to remember to do that. I've gotten so used to the animals not attacking AoE. Shatterline? Somebody said something about that. You weren't the only one. Somebody else said Shatterline not too long ago. And I thought they were talking about something. I thought they were talking about like the Star Wars book, Shatterpoint. I think it's the Mace Windu book. I didn't realize they were talking about a game. Just the context of the overall conversation. That's what I thought they were talking about. I thought they just said the wrong name. That was good. It's a good experience. A lot of mob. So I'm going to start a little bit further away, then go in. So we'll start out here. I just don't want to risk the vehicle. I can actually usually sell these just because they're people buy them for decoration. I don't know why. A lot of those little junk items, people will buy them for decorations for their houses and stuff. Like I palm fronds. I had like 12 of them on the vendor for 9K a pop. Somebody came and bought 100K worth of palm fronds, or a little over 100K. Bought them all up, and it's like, whatever. It's easy money. PV extraction shooter with hero characters, but I'm trying to get my 2 PvP wins for a daily quest. Been in queue for 10 minutes. Wow. Forget that noise. That's how I felt playing Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, there was like 2 times I was able to get right in to a good group, but depending on what time of day it was, you may not be able to find a multiplayer match. And I wasn't in a position to solo. Once I cap out, let me see. I don't know if I want to switch from swordsman or from carbineer to sword. Like go master swordsman with just this line in carbineer. Part of me wants to do that. Like get the maximum amount of counterattack and get the range mitigation. And focus more on swordsman because swordsman's just obviously superior to carbineer. I'm not sure. Let me see. This is 1.7 speed. I'm attacking pretty fast with it. What is this one? 3.2. It's higher min damage, higher min AMX. Let's we're gonna compare them. We'll go ahead and let's throw these in here. We're gonna compare. So this is a 3.6 hammer too. The hammer's pretty good. So I might just try equipping the hammer and seeing how fast. So we'll start off attacking with. Just jump right in with the hammer and just see. We'll see how it does. That's them right there. Let's be on 3.6, 3.2. Yeah, it's a little bit slower, you can tell because of how far away he was able to run between attacks. Try the 3.2. Oh, this is a 1. Bad. Oh, and a Kun ring. I'll take that. So we'll stick with the. So that was a one-hander. I didn't even notice it. My bad. Unless I can get, let me see, I don't get any more speed out of this, right? Speed's all in the first tree, I think. Or, yeah, second tree, okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Let me see some of this sound. Let's bring you back up to 50. And let's bring you down 10. There we go. Yeah, it's better volume. I'm happy I got a ring out of it. Savage Mbabas. One of the guys was in Gen Chat saying that he missed the shuttle. I don't know if you can see that, but he was saying he missed the shuttle. So it's like 5 minutes on the nose. Took off right in front of him. I was saying I kind of missed the 15-minute shuttle. Like I liked having the big crowds of people waiting and like the dock lines, all that. I kind of missed the 15-minute shuttle. Because it also, like, the doctors being over at the, like, the main cantinas, the buff bots and everything, they're like, they're more incentivized to just congregate in that one spot versus, you know, being spread out. Get a little chilly in here. But I liked, you know, you'd have an entertainer in like the Besting Cantina or in, you know, like the Imperial Outpost on Dantooine. You know, you'd have an Ent and a Buffer, stuff like that. Like if I was going to go in, I'd probably be there. You got magic rats. They're going to DC though. Hopefully not. Haven't seen any Greater Sludge Panthers yet. Well, it's 6v6, so one person DC, no issue. There's always one. Anytime you have to wait that long in queue, there's always that one. At least. I don't know, but back to the SWG thing. I kind of liked how every area. So if you were part of the mining outpost community, you know, like there was like little sub communities on the server, and it was like people that generally lived, like people that lived around the mining outpost, shopped around the mining outpost, ground around there, and they lived there. They were there all the time. I mean, I lived in one of those buildings for a while. I'd go and log off in the building. I lived on the Dantooine Imperial Outpost for a minute. But I like that because you'd see the same people, you know, you're running missions together or you're running missions out of the same area, and so you talk, duel, get buffed up, everything there. And you wouldn't interact with people of another planet. Like, they'd be off. There's like a whole nother world out there, you know, like literally. I miss that. the game, like the world, becomes really bigger when it's harder. Like, well, I always talk about the buffs. The buffs break things, but when money is tighter, the fights are more challenging, stuff like that. Like you end up in a situation like that where you like live on a planet, and you know, stuff's going on other planets, and you don't even know it. You find out stuff going to the forums. You go to the forums and be like, oh wow, that happened on Dathomir. That's crazy. Give me another ring. I gotta stay away from those rats. Those are the disease ones. Appropriate panic says that's why I'm trying to make my first stop shop. If I could have multiple characters, I could have a dock and an ant and an outpost, but since only one, I make a one stop out and about. Yeah, I just don't know if, like, because I'm just me personally, I would rather go all the way to Coronet, get a buff, and then, you know, go out there just because I know the buffs are weaker, you know. I don't want to give myself the maximum chance to survive. Alright, we got Spin Attack 2. That's going to be huge. Large pendant, no stats. I wish jewelry had like a higher chance to drop with stat. Because it really, I mean, it doesn't really have any other purpose. And it doesn't, it's not like it drops a lot. So like, I don't know. It'd be cool if there's better odds for that. Need more modded jewelry in the game. Like Akua rings are great, but we need more than that. Those are the little things that you can change that it's like, it's left up to RNG. It's not like we're putting a specific item in the game that drops off a specific mob that you specifically need. It's just, you know, you can, you know, give like a certain category just a better chance of being useful instead of being junk loot. Go ahead with the swordsman trainer, get our spin attack 2. This will feel way better. Really hurting. Nice. Well, enjoy your 10-minute waiting period. I need to change that center bang. My current two-handed center bang. Macro. Which one is this? Are we using grind cob? Yeah, we're using grind cob. Well, now that I actually got into a queue, it's likely to be immediate. I hope so, but you gotta remember there's probably other people waiting, so they're gonna be ahead of you in the queue. So there's always that chance that you get butted out, not somebody else. Hey, dancing +2. I got an attachment for you. Wish I could pull more missions than just 2. That'd be nice. I think 5 missions would be a happy spot. Luckily where I am in XCOM, I've encountered every enemy type, so there's no scary new enemies, just need to worry about quantity. I need to trim my mustache hairs. I wanted to grow it out, let it be all long and ridiculous. Like, I have the worst facial hair on the planet. But, the mustache is driving me nuts. I might have to trim it back. I don't know. You get like that one here that sticks up into my nose. What does that have to do with that? Nothing. I want to have like a long, old wise man type beard. Let's see. What is two-handed speed at? 50. More. I need speed. I need I don't know where I put it. I need armor attachments, I guess. I can just throw them on the armor. Or just keep going with this sword. Just feels slow. Let's see what's good. What's up if you're watching? I see there's some people watching. More welcome to say hello in chat. Talk to me, tell me how your day is going. If you're an SWG player, for sure say something, because I want to talk about SWG like bad. I love ranting about this game. Wanted to see the movement stand-up didn't work. I think I have to be in an animation when it happens for it to work. But on live, I just /follow whatever I was fighting, and I'd stand right up. I never was on my back. You just auto stand up if you were following the target. Call it a bug, a glitch, whatever I call it, a feature. Used to drive people nuts. I just stand right up every single time. Just because I wouldn't press stand, I wouldn't do anything. Before that, I did the stand, heal state, stand. Macro. That always works. Now is the time that I should be going to redo my mind buff, but I'm not going to. I'll just use Brandy when this drops. Oh, did I tip the dock? I don't know if I tipped the dock. I'll have to bank tip him. It's eye candy. Let me see. Get away from the sword. Come back, guys. Where are you going? I love these because you always have a chance to get attachments from them. You have a chance to get Akuin rings. These guys are like one of the best NPC farms, I think, personally. Just for like mindless grinding, you know, at the keyboard, but like they're melee. They're not particularly strong. Like a master level TK, I mean, I can just blow up one of these layers so fast it's not even funny and move on to the next one. You get, I mean, like I've gotten quite a few two-handed speed, rifle speeds, experimentation tapes, stuff like that, all +5s, 6, some as high as +7. We were for a little bit there. I don't know what was going on. They were dropping so many attachments. It's not even funny. Like most of the attachments I have came during that time period. I was getting an attachment, at least one every layer. It was crazy. And I was getting Akuin rings and Akuin clothing, but that was it. There was no other. I wasn't getting any other junk loot. And I was like, this is perfect. And then they tweaked the loot tables or whatever and started getting junk. I was kind of disappointed about that. Speaker, I could sell the speaker. Those are popular for cantinas. You said you got your wins onto Magic the Gathering. Luckily, Magic the Gathering. Nerd. Smelly nerd. The geek shot here there. The meek. But I can't say anything. I can look across the way and see my card box over there, so don't worry. I'm only razzing you. Who jumped in? Somebody jumped in channel. Lethal. There we go. I forgot to put that up in Discord. Somebody asked me the other day, they're like, hey, I see you're in the streaming channel, but I don't know where you're streaming at. And I was like, oh, I should probably make sure I throw that up there. 1500, we're not going that far. 1500 becomes 2K as soon as it repositions. It's about as far as I want to go. Alright, 2 level 60s. We're almost halfway. That'll be good. Posture change down. That'll be helpful. A little more ranged melee defense. What is my counterattack at now? 95, right? 135. Whoa, 135. 15. Wow. I thought it was supposed to be a 95. That's crazy. So we're going to have a lot of counterattacks soon. You might think my UI is crowded, but I'm gonna DM you mine. Oh, what, your UI on Galaxies? Oh gosh. Whenever I see somebody set up on Galaxies, I'm just like, oh, how do you play like that? Somebody will have like a giant, like, I mean, I did the large map, you know, when on my Jedi. So my Jedi would have the large mini map because I gotta see anybody coming within 3 of me. But I mean, mine's pretty basic, but I've seen something crazy. Like people have experience bars across the whole screen, and they'll have a giant mini map, and they'll have their skills over off to the corner, like just weird stuff like that. You coming, Anarchy? It was like right there. I wasn't mid. Let me see. Let me tab over here and take a look. Your avatar is ridiculous. Goodness night, man. Why? Why? You don't even see the game. Ugh. Your UI is all the things I just said. It's terrible. That's horrendous, dude. I don't know how you play. That is just ugly. I don't think I need this right here. No. I don't think I need the view screen. I probably did, actually. Probably just deleted one of the components I needed. What other attacks do I get? Sweep? Sweep 2 is just posture down. What's the... Isn't there... Oh, Dizzy's from head hit. Head hit 3, I think. Two-handed area attack. Lower the posture. Multiple targets at once. Does more damage than two-handed area attack. Oh, camp. Look at that. A little draw camp. Quite a few broken data paths, connectors, wiring. I'm trying to remember what all I need. I need the disk, the broken data pad, the wiring, the connectors. I'll have to figure it out. You know what else I need? I have chemical recycler schematic, but I need to get all the recyclers. I need one of each. I need that bad. You said I resemble that comment? Which comment is that? Which one do you resemble? I resemble that remark. That's crazy. Let's go top off our food. You said they should have added one of the planetary repulsors from the Corellia series books in this game on Talos or Corellia. What do you mean planetary repulsors? What are you talking about? I don't remember this. From the Corellia series books in this game. Corellia series book. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Get up. Forwin Badger, first time chatter, says, wait, people still streaming this game? Awesome! Been thinking about doing it myself. It is a lot of fun. I love this game. I've been playing this game basically non-stop for 20 years now. So I will continue playing it. I love Star Wars Galaxies. I wish I could do more to fix some of the things in it. There's some glaring things that need fixing, but so all I can do is kind of keep pushing the cause and hope that they make some changes. But I love Galaxies. I absolutely love it. My all-time favorite game. Probably my all-time favorite game. I can't think of any game that even compares. Nice. I did a long break right before Basilisk went down and just started again. I did, yeah, I mean, so when I say I'm always playing for 20 years, there was a lot of downtime where I was just sampling or I was just keeping my vendors up, you know, occasionally crafting, whatever. But I wasn't like active. So there are those downtimes for me. But I've always, like when SWG was live, like I basically always had an account except for the NG. Like I canceled my account, deleted my folder, 5,800 screenshots. My videos, like my Fraps videos were in that folder, everything. Like I deleted everything SWG in a rage fit. And yeah, it is what it is. The one thing I had was on external, I had the like macros and notes and stuff like that. So I still have all that. Because I would have it in case I played at the LAN or something. I could just copy and paste all my settings over. But, you know, all those screenshots gone. I still have the tower and the hard drive that they were on. Don't think I'd ever be able to recover it, though, because it's, I think it's busted, so. And, you know, on a 80 gig hard drive or whatever it was, it had been, you know, ruined over the years just from games. So many more games after that. Let's see. You said theory is the Corellia system was manufactured by the hyperspace repulsor on Centerpoint Station, pulling the various planets into the area, then using giant repulsors to move them into position in the system. Assault on Salonia was one of the books. Huh. I've never heard of that. I learned something new about Star Wars today. The actual Star Wars canon, not the Disney Star Wars canon. Four-win Badger, you said, hope there'll be more people active, though. Yeah, it's a pain to craft and sell at the moment. I haven't had a problem with I make pretty good money. You just have to cater towards, you know, the player base. Like, a lot of people are grinding, leveling up new tunes, stuff like that. So having the stuff they need, that's what really sells. What a blast from the past, Fraps, yeah. We don't have to go that many years back before I use Fraps for my FPS counter. Disney is not canon. It's absolutely not canon. It's a joke of a fan. It's not even a fan fiction. That's the sad part. It's a not fan fiction. It's severely disappointing what Disney has done to Marvel, Star Wars. I mean, they just... I don't understand it. Like, with Marvel, they were just printing money. They were just printing money. And they could have printed money like crazy with Star Wars. Instead, we get these very plasticky looking sets. We get these very cheaply shows, you know, mostly walking and stupid convoluted plots that make no sense and like really are completely irrelevant. Characters that act inconsistently. It's just it's horrible. It's a huge letdown. In the movies, what a joke. What a joke, man. I don't get it. I don't know what the thought process is. For Armorsmith and Weaponsmith, it's better, but if you do Droid and Architect, it's horrible. It's not even worth making houses at the moment. You can get a large one for 20K. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. When I was looking at swoops, because I have like server best resources for making swoops. I got a lot of server best resources. But like bang for buck, the price that swoops are going for, that level of quality, like that high of condition, it's like I lose money by making swoops. I don't even know, like, people just throwing away like server best resources for super cheap. Oh, that's way too far. Give me something close. 1600. Look at this. This is crazy. What are you? Qualish? I don't want to get into a shooting mat. I'll take that one. Legitimately thought all of Avengers was trash? Are you out of your mind? Are you talking about the MCU, sir? Are you talking about the Infinity Saga? Talking about like Avengers Endgame, Infinity War, Civil War, Winter Soldier? Like, you're saying that's all trash? You're crazy. You're out of your mind. We're gonna fight. Dude, I saw Avengers 1 and was already done. Bro. You're killing me right now. I don't even know what to say to you. Did you watch Spider-Man No Way Home? Please tell me you saw Spider-Man No Way Home. I was in that movie. Oh man, I'm heartbroken. I was in Spider-Man No Way Home. You didn't go see it? That was the last great MCU film. I got to be in the last one. Now everything's garbage. I'm super devastated you didn't go see it. And superheroes are the opposite of interesting to you. 41 Badger said, likewise, I just make swoops that are around 23 marker and sell them, but the market is flooded. So side note, damn, forgot I was going to Theed and I overshot by half the map. Oh, that's the worst. Dude, I'd be talking to Ventrilo. I'd just be driving, talking to Ventrilo, heading somewhere, and next thing I know, I'm like on the corner of the map over the ocean. I'm like, what am I doing out here? What in the world? Or you just run it. Like the best thing about houses is that like when you're sitting there having a late night conversation on comms, like you just run the outline of your house for like an hour. I'd be in such good shape if I did, like if I moved around like the like my character does in Galaxies, I'd be in peak physical fitness. I remember somebody, they did a thing about that, like in the early days of WoW. It was still WoW Classic, or maybe it was Burning Crusade at the time. But they basically set their treadmill speed to match like the run speed of their character, and they ran on the treadmill as their forward button, or whatever, like as their, like it would. I think they would control it and move faster. I can't remember, but anyways, they would match it, and it's like a dead sprint practically. they're running across the map. Like, but if I just ran around my house talking on the phone all night, like I do SWG, I'd be in peak physical fitness. It happens a lot too because you minimize the game. Yeah. Oh, dude, when I used to run in SWG, I'd run like 3 different characters at the same time. I'd have my entertainer, my doc, and I'd have you know, my character. And I think the most I ever ran was like 4 at the same time, 4 or 5, something like that. But I would have, you know, different characters doing different things. I'd have one like sample over here, all this stuff, and have them all minimized. And I would have it so just I would only hear on the other ones like combat music, so I'd know if something happened. But I have to like tab through them, and then I'd start doing something on one, like somebody messaged me, and I'd forget to stop driving on the other. No, you fell down. Goodness. I'm glad we're at that point though defensively where I don't have to worry too much about taking a ton of damage. Let me see where we're at on this. No, I don't want that. Absolutely, I don't feel like listening to that right now. It's too relaxed. What is this one? I can't remember what this one is. Who's this? This is the X-Mob one? This is too relaxing, man. I can't. Let's see, let's do this. What is this? Oh no, let's go. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, reduce this down. There we go. Some 8-bit. Alright, so we are almost there. The next batch of next batch missions are gonna do the job. So that's good. Be done before we know. Aren't you supposed to only have 2 missions at any given time? What are you talking about? Oh, you got 3 waypoints, 2 now, and 1. What are you talking about? Go away, McDonald's at. Foreman Badger says, question, how many missions can you have? I thought you could only have 2 at a time, but you seem to have waypoints to a lot. I only had 2, but it shows because I'm grouped with my probe droid, it shows nearest mission, or nearest mission for group. So that'll pop up and then it'll disappear once the missions are gone. Yeah. So it's just 2 missions. The 3rd waypoint is just the group waypoint. So because I'm in a group, it puts it up there. I just ignore it. It goes away once the mission. So we're gonna be getting that posture down. We'll be up to 150 counterattack. And what's our melee range defense? Let's see, melee defense. That's it? +5 right now? That's all I have? No way. You gotta be kidding me. You'd think Carboneer would give you something. Range defense 32, whatever. Oh, you know what I need to do while I'm here before I forget? Let's bust you out. Alright. There we go. Switch to the carbine. Rinse, repeat. I just want some that are close by. I'll take that. So we got Grand Ricks. No, I don't want to deal with that. There we go. As you can see, it says nearest mission for group. It's just because of the droid. I set the droid in the group because it's like combat level 19, so it ups the mission difficulty. So I just park him by the terminal and get going. Allows me to get higher in missions, higher pay. Playing really badly on MTG right now. A lot of people playing net decks, and I hate it. Net deckers. We used to have a lot of that in 40K. You'd have the guys that had the money. You know, these guys make a lot of money, and so they can just buy an entire army like that and pay somebody to paint it up and everything. So you'd find people they would have net decks. They'd be matching whatever somebody else did in a tournament. I just refused. I was like, I have my way of playing, and I'm gonna play my game. But I would look at all the net decks when I was doing the tournament circuit. I would look at what all they're running and kind of figure out the best build I could do to address all of those. But I always had a weird build. Like, I went to a tournament and surprised a lot of people. But my build was Dark Angels Battle Company with Eldar. So I had a Wraith Knight, I had a Farseer, I had Jet Bike Squads, and that army was absolutely brutal. Now later on I switched to White Scars just because it was more effective for me. Like I liked playing it more. The Dark Angels Eldar was kind of broken. You could fit so much into the army. It was mind blowing. The amount of firepower. Oh my gosh! Because they got to deal with a Wraith Knight. They got a whole battle company. They got. You said, "OMG!" Now I went all the way back past it and into the water. I need to watch where I'm going. Yeah, you should pay attention. There were more White Scars, Lord. Yeah. Well, I play Iron Hands, so my army's painted, built, everything to be an Iron Hands army. Always has been since the late '90s. But I would organize them under different rule sets depending on the game. Whatever I felt was going to be most effective for me to represent what I'm bringing to the table. So there was a period of time where I was Iron Hands during the Index of Stardust period when that released, because I thought Iron Hands, I mean, they were, in my opinion, the best Space Marine army. I don't care about anybody. Like, people would say Blood Angel, Death Code during that time, whatever, blah, 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 Black Templars. Iron Hands were brutal. If you did a shooting Iron Hands army, I was getting first turn most of the time because I could steal the initiative with the Venerable Dreadnought. And if I got the first turn, you didn't have an army the next turn. Like, just the sheer amount of firepower that I could lay down, because I would go bare bones you know, the most points I'd spend on war gear was Auspex. All my characters had Auspex. All my veteran sergeants had Auspex. So, you know, all the deep strike armies, they were done. Like, I would obliterate Gene Stealer Colt. They wouldn't even, they would put their models on the table and then they'd pick them up. Put their models on the table, pick them up. And it was just like that constantly. But then later on, I didn't have the Iron Hands rules anymore. They got rid of that stuff. They came out with new Space Marine Codex. They put certain chapter tags, whatever. They had their thing. But all those same models, I could rearrange them and keep that build essentially with Space Wolves. Because I could have Bjorn the Fell-Handed basically in place of my Iron Hands Venerable Dreadnought. So I ran that for a little while. I think, 4th and 5th edition or whatever. I think it was 5th. And then I played with other stuff. But when I came back to play 7th, I was originally looking at White Scars or just regular Space Marine battle, looking at all the chapter tactics and stuff to figure out which one I would do a battle company of. And I really liked the versatility that Eldar had in 7th edition. The Farseers, the Jetbike Squads, the Wraith Knight. And I was able to make it work. I was able to make it work points-wise with Dark Angels, because Dark Angels had a lower requirement for their battle company. You only had to take one scout squad. So you saved an immense amount of points. And so I was able to get everything I wanted out of the Dark Angels and like a whole Eldar detachment that was just brutal. And that was it was nasty armor. So I played that for a little while, and then I decided I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go White Scars. Do a White Scars build, because I liked bikers with storm shields and stuff. Grav gun. I really wish there was let's see, good old Bjorn. Have you read the Thousand Sons book where Bjorn was a major character? Part of it. I did dig into a little bit. Because when I was in Afghanistan, I've read a lot of 40k books. I've read a lot of different books, but there was somebody there before me that had a ton of 40k books in a box, among other books, and I was like, oh, 40k, I love 40k. Like, I never really sat and read the books. Most of what I know for 40k is from White Dwarf, for the Codex, the rule book. So I started reading them. I think like Horse Heresy and I'm trying to think. The one where Ferrus Manus dies. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I enjoy it. But I don't remember that one off the top of my head. I feel like I read some of it. But I'm more into like Iron Hands, and as far as like the stories and stuff go, I like guard centric books, like stuff that's more centered around guard units, stuff like that. I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I read those. I'm trying to think what my favorite one was. I do like the 30k stuff. I think it's pretty interesting. Advanced, right? Yep. So make sure I don't grab the wrong thing. Expert sword defense. Let's see. Prospero Burns. That's one with First Man. Yeah. A Sly Marbo fanboy. Listen, Sly Marbo's gonna get you. He's behind you right now. Freaking Sly Marbo. That dude was, he's a machine. People must be crazy. SWG 150k for freaking rare painting, the prison one. Prison painting? Oh, the Dathomir prison? I actually haven't seen that yet on Finalizer. I could see that being worth some money. Paintings are, like, they're money, man. I need to check my vet rewards. That's going to be the hardest part of my collection, is getting all the veteran paintings. This is 1300. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Which one are we running low on? This is enhanced accuracy. What's the time on this? 24, and the time on this is 22. Okay. See, I just collect the non-player made stuff. So basically everything in my shop, if you go to my shop, everything in, with the exception of a droid. I have a droid that's, you know, working in a corner. But everything in there is non-player crafted. It has no creator name on it. You know, so it's stuff that you loot or stuff that you get as reward. That when I was playing before, I just kind of decided, okay, this is how I'm going to decorate and do everything. That, you know, and it kind of it restrains the amount of stuff that I can put in the house, but also like, it gives me a box to work within. So like, you can check it out. It's 950 -4950. Just 950 meters outside the Corellia Coronet Starport. But I've always had my shop there. Now I have a guild hall there, but traditionally I'd always have a small style 2 Corellia house. And I've always set it up exactly the same. Like, it was funny, somebody messaged me, they were like, I drove out to where your shop is, like on Bloodfin, just to see, and sure enough, there you were. It was like, I was like so happy to see. So he shot me a DM, and I helped him out with some stuff. I try to just always stay in the same spot. It's home. But I wanted to go with the guild hall. I wanted to have more space. So I was like, you know what? I have the ability to do it. I'm going to. Because I went and placed a ton of houses around that spot. So I just lifted all my houses and put the guild hall down after I tested it. I liked it. I think with this one I can bring the volume up a little bit. I say bring down interface volume, bring it down. Do like 10. There we go. Let's see, you said, dude, I am so much a functional type. I wouldn't decorate my house. I literally have no pictures or posters on the walls of my house. IRL. Foreman Badger says, same. I might make a house just to decor it at some point. It takes away from the amount of items I can store. Yeah, I was like that for a little while, but then, I don't know, just, on Bloodfin, I went and accumulated one of everything. My goal was to get one of every item in the game. I had like 24 characters. I had a museum worth of stuff, and it was all sitting in bags. And I was like, I might use this to decorate the shop. I mean, some of the shop I already had decorated, but it was very minimalist. It was just paintings on the wall, some Imperial furniture, and my vendors. Very simple. I try to make it look like it's a NPC, structure like you'd see in the cities. And I ran with that for a little while, and I just slowly moved stuff in there, and it's kind of the motivation for doing the guild halls, because in the past, the small house, I just couldn't fit everything I wanted in. Oh, it's still doing that. Can I get some attachments, man? I'm tired of getting this stupid stuff. Will I get attachments? I think you overestimate your chances. Well, then you're getting deleted, bro. Have a nice day. I like Talus. I like the look of Talus. Kind of purple hue. The plains. I have a nice spot. It'd be cool if I could get enough people together to build a city. That's what I'd really like. It takes a lot of people to build a town, but I do have like a really great spot that I had like a side city on. We had it on Bastos for a while. A bunch of the guys, they didn't really play much though. They just kind of like set up shop, messed around for a little bit, like got gear or whatever, and then that was it. And then like little by little their houses popped, and that was that. The Corellia series? Yeah, I'll have to look. I read a lot of Star Wars novels, so like Bounty Hunters, you know, Han Solo, freaking the New Jedi Order stuff and everything, New Republic or whatever. Yuuzhan Vong Invasion. I didn't read the Thrall book, I don't think. Plagueis, I actually have Plagueis sitting over here. I really enjoyed that book. I thought that was so well written. I thought it was great. I wish that guy wrote, you know, wrote the films. Right now, I'm the one paying for the city upkeep. Ugh, it's painful, bro. It's painful. I had a city on Bloodfin that, on Naboo outside Theed. It was like the best location in the game. It was right outside Theed Waterfall. So you come down, cross the river, and there's the city. Like, it's literally as close as you can possibly get while maximizing the space. So it took up that whole area all the way along the beach and everything. And they one of the guys, the guy who owned it, he passed it off to me when he retired, when he quit the game. He was just like, you know, take care of it. I've got enough maintenance in my museum that it'll last. And so I started working with the layout, and like over time as buildings, you know, poofed, I was able to place new citizens and get a really nice layout and design to it. And I love that city. I don't think it's buildable here now because I think somebody placed a city kind of close to it to where it would block it. So it's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. 1,000 meters. That's a qualish. Give me one of those good ones up close. They really want me to kill a qualish. There we go. We are 2 boxes away. It's 355. We're 2 boxes away. Let's see. NJO actually brings up the Center Point Station bit from the Corellia series. Fort Badger says, nice! We spent like 2 days trying to figure out if there had been changes to where we can place our city. There have been. We've always been directly north of Cairn, but they changed the distance required. Yeah, I noticed that they messed with the NPC city boundaries because people were able to place shops closer ahead of mine, and I'm like, hey, that's never been that way. Like, that ain't right. So it's kind of annoying because now I have, like, off to the right, my view's ruined. It used to be, I just looked out and I saw, like, the river and the trees and then Cornet, you know, off in the distance, and it was, like, a really amazing view, and there's nothing, like, I'm as close as you can get. There's nothing, you know, blocking that view, and now I got these houses down here, and it's just annoying. I had to put a harvester out front just to block, you know, somebody from ruining my spot. It's really annoying. And I don't know why they changed that. It's not how it's made. Like, no, that's not how it was, I should say. I thought we were going for accuracy, but whatever. Get up. How much time we got on this? I'm hurting something fierce. I got so mad that Nika Industries can place their city so close to Caldera, like 1,000 meters from it, and I couldn't get within 2,100 meters of Karen. Yeah, I miss my city on Naboo. It was just so nice to have. You're right there by the starport. A lot of traffic. At least I'm bluffing. There's a lot of traffic through there. It was a great spot. But before that, I mean, I had a city on lock for a while, and then I packed up and moved to go to Naboo. Like, once the Naboo city became available, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna give up my city on lock, and I had a nice city on lock, and so we packed up and moved, went back to Naboo, and then I'm trying to think. I had Naboo, I had lock, Naboo, and then I had the city on Talus. But the city on lock was cool because it was like around the river on the like in the east, like the easternmost edge, the X river. It was like on X marks the spot, basically. It was a nice little spot. The cool thing about lock is just if you're PvPing and stuff, you're safe on lock, right? There's only one way in, one way out. People are very cautious about getting trapped there if they don't have a parent city. So like if we go to lock, I can just go to my city, my cantina, I can buff up, I can heal, I can do whatever, I can PvP. But like if you get trapped on lock and you don't live on lock, it's tough time. Because there's just that cloner right there, that starport that you have to use to get out, and it's a choke point. So I really liked, for PvP purposes, having the city on lock. But Naboo was great too. I mean, Naboo was great just for, you know, comfort, being able to instant travel out of there. The amount of foot traffic and business that would come in. That's a wrap. It's definitely slowing down now. I could speed up if I go after creatures. If I started doing, you know, animal missions, because I get more mobs out of it, so get a little bit less money and less chance for that right there. Now I got my second Akun ring, so that's good. Got 2 Akun rings, so now I need a loot. That's 50k a pop. Nice, yeah, it is. Naboo can be pretty dull. I have made it a habit and go to the weapons development and just kill imps to see if they drop any good loot. I don't know, Naboo's bad. I mean, it's definitely a planet for living on. Like, people, the major guilds wanted to have a city there. They lived on it. They did business there. Coronet, or Corellia and Naboo were real big for that. The thing with Theed is just not having a shuttle wait time, just be able to instant travel out of there. That was, you know, a big selling point. And if you're selling, if you're a shop vendor, it's really good because you're touching the people that are in the higher level in Corellia and beyond, but then also you're touching all the newbie starting zone, because a lot of people, for whatever reason, start on Tatooine. It's like we for a series that explicitly states it hates sand. We sure love sand. Maybe it's just a spite Anakin, I don't know. But we find ourselves on desert planets a lot. But you know, you get so many people starting in, like, that's one thing I noticed post NGE, because like Isley was dead on bluffing. I shouldn't say it was dead, but I mean it was like it was like any other place. Bestine was more active than Isley on Bloodfin. And then, like, most of the action was involving or surrounding, like, Theed and Coronet, right? And then the outposts, like the Imperial Outpost or the Mining Outpost or, like, Dath, you know, Science Outpost or whatever. That's where you find a lot of people. So, when the NG happens and everybody starts in Isley on this stupid story quest thing, you know, the greatest story ever told, yours. Wait, no. The greatest story ever told to you. You know, like, you have to follow this path. But what I've noticed on Finalizer and on Basilisk is that, or mainly Finalizer, because Basilisk, it was a different time. A lot of the players, I don't know what it is, but Isley has become like this hub because people just know it. And it's like their home. They're NG players, so that's what they know. And it's weird to me because I'm like, why? Why would you be on Isley? Your options are terrible. Like, you're on Tatooine. You're doing what? You're traveling to Locker, but you'd have to travel across the planet to get to the adventure planets. Like, it's just, it makes no sense to me. I don't know why so many people are on Isley. I hate that place. So it's like one of the worst towns too. It's so like poorly designed because it's, you know, like a pirate. I hate. I think my favorite city is probably Corellia. Coronet. But my starting city was Tyrena. That's where I used to start. This is when I first made my character. I started in Tyrena. And then I just always started there after that. This character started in Corellia, though. Coronet. I have to take a bathroom break here in a sec. We'll finish this mission and then take a little breather, a little ad break. There's only 3 things I remember from when we got NG. Jedi lost its status since everyone could become 1. 2, I earned a ton of money of animals since people couldn't get them, and I just happened to have a lot as decor. How much I hated it. LOL. Yeah. And I was very, very upset about that when they did that. Thing is, I knew about it beforehand, so I'd been talking with people from SOE, and they were talking about, like, I think it's going to be really great. Like, they were very positive about it. And I'm like, from their early testing or wherever, I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't sound good. But I went ahead and I listened to them. I sold my 80Ks, all that kind of stuff. Everything that wasn't going to matter anymore. Weapons, you know, whatever. So I sold all that stuff off before, you know, it got released. So I made some money off the situation. But once I got in, first we get in, and I'm looking at... Was that when I did the crystals? I can't remember if the CU or the NG was when I did the crystals. But anyways, long story short, I get in and I start messing with it. The UI is horrendous. The UI just made me want to vomit. I thought that was terrible. I already hated the combat upgrades, like bright and colorful, you know, buttons and everything. I couldn't stand that. Like, I like this. I like how it's not monochrome, but, you know, it's just one color, and it's very simple and sleek. I like it. Well, anywho, again, I look at the UI, I look at the controls, I'm with it, I'm just like, this is an SWG. They wrecked this. And I was very upset, as were a lot of the player base. Of course, they were positive. They thought it was a good idea to make SWG like every other game out. No, I mean, like, where it was coming from. Like, I'm actually surprised. Like, looking back on it, I'm surprised that they looked at it positively. They had tested it. They had gotten to play test and everything. They were saying it was going to be good to go. And I don't know. Maybe they were trying to be positive. They just wanted me to speak positively about it. I don't know. But I was super disappointed. And I bounced. So I left and I went back to... I can't remember. Did I go to WoW or what were we doing at that time? I think we went back to WoW. I have to go back and look at the timeline, figure out where I went. But yeah, it was super disappointing. The worst part about it, what killed me, like it actually depressed me for a little while. You know, like I'm in the Marine Corps, like I'm doing stuff, but it like depressed me what they had done, you know, to the game, because it wasn't about the game. It was the community. Like the community evaporated. There's so many people that, you know, over time reconnected with a lot of them, but you know, I knew about thousands of people, you know, that I interacted with, I played with, talked trash to, you know, did stuff with, everything, and then it was all gone. They were gone. It was like that scene. Gosh, the whole Star Wars Galaxy experience is like Star Wars. It was the scene where Obi-Wan, like after Alderaan's blown up, and now Obi-Wan's like, oh my heart. It was like that. It was like 1,000 voices, you know, cried out and were silenced, and that was it. And they were gone. And like you walk through the starport and it's empty, and there's nobody there. All everything you're used to, that routine, it's all gone. The people, like you don't log in and get tells anymore. It's just silent, and you're just sitting there going like, it's all gone. Everything's gone. And it was a good learning experience for me. I think it was something that helped me grow as a person. But it was definitely hard, and it wasn't about a video game. It was about the people. It was just losing that community and all those personalities, and you know, it was rough. If I remember correctly, it might be wrong, but didn't they add the function where you could place a bounty on another player in NG, kind of like that? Yeah, they did, and I did like that. That was one of the things. That was one of the things that several of us were suggesting to him. There were some... Once things, like, progressed to the NG, I came back to the NG once I could, like, modify my UI, and I figured out how to get my control set up so I could play it as closely to this as possible. But I never respected the NG. What I did like, though, is that they would listen. So if, like... There were some late NG, like, changes. There were things that they implemented that... you know, we suggested to them, like, hey man, like, can we do this, or can you do this, can you suggest this, and the devs did it. But I think they want us to be happy at that point, because the population had bled so much. But Sony said, I don't want money. I don't understand these companies. Like, the problem is like, you have brilliant minds that can code. You have brilliant minds that can design things. You have these people that are capable of doing all these different things, all these different talents, but you don't have real players. Like, if I was running an MMO, I would want, like, the players that have their thumb on the pulse, that are playing the game, you know, to the max, dialing up to 11 and trying to break it and do everything. Like, I would want those people to help and be able to be there and say, yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. This is why. This is how this is going to play out, you know, in the game community. This is how it's going to play out in the game. Like, New World, I thought we were getting that, and then their solution to solving problems was just way too heavy-handed. I mean, they locked down the entire economy in New World, and New World was being ran by the guy who gave us the NG, you know, Smedley, his son. You know, they were working on New World, they were running it, and you know, it was like his chance to and I think they did a good job. I think the game itself is fantastic, but their management of the server launch, was idiotic. I could have told them that's a bad idea. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. And then when they had people duping and breaking stuff because they didn't protect themselves well enough, I guess, and play test enough, they decided we're just going to lock down the economy. Well, guess what that meant for half my guild? They couldn't move. They couldn't do anything. They were just trapped. So if they logged in, all they could do is sit there because they couldn't put anything on the auction house to take the weight off of them. They couldn't walk to the storage to put stuff in the storage. You know, you're just SOL. So if you were one of those people that was a merchant selling and had high volume, you know, a lot of stuff on the marketplace, you were locked out of the game for a week straight. That is a death knell. If you force your player base to go play another game or go do something else, and it was right at the same time that COD released its new season or its new update or whatever, it was like, so everybody goes away. And then it's like, I don't feel like coming back. I've lost interest already because you've taken me out of the momentum. I was in there every single day from launch, and then a week straight, I can't do anything. I can't even play the game. I just had to sit back and wait. That was crazy. So there's a lot of decisions like that in New World that, you know, we didn't have. I just think that the game companies should, like, go to actual players. One of the problems is, like, I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole on, like, you know, streams and all that kind of stuff, but it's like, I don't know. One of the things I try to do, like, when I'm running a raid, I try to figure out who in my raid is one of those guys that's clever enough to, like, give me good advice, right? Like, this dude knows the ins and outs. He knows he has his thumb on the pulse as far as the raid and the social atmosphere, you know, within the raid. He's, you know, he pays attention to what people say. He can kind of clue in. I want to look for those kind of people to advise me and whatnot. I just feel like a lot of these game companies, they're not, they don't have people like that. Like, there's developers and they're like, oh yeah, I play. It's like, yeah, but to what level do you play? Like, are you a casual in the game that you developed? Are you, because once you have administrator, or once you have, you know, God mode or something in the game, it changes your whole perspective of the game, and it kind of diminishes it. So you want people that are actually in there and in the fight, you know, pointing out the flaws or the issue. But anyways, give me 1 second. I'm going to take a quick break, run to the restroom, and I'll be right back. Alright. Let's get back to it. These guys were talking about the Ewok men destroying the Empire. Empire still exists, sir. Are you from the future? Alright, we're closing in on that. Let's go ahead and do this. And Bacata, citrus. And we'll go ahead and grab brandy. So we are losing our buffs. Do you appropriate panic? Do you need... Do you still need to do healing? Because I'll level this up. I was going to do it anyways, just because it's a way I can make money AFK. You know, if I'm not sampling something, I could be tumbling for tips. So, I was going to pick it up. I just need me to do that now. Like, before I log, like, set it up. Because if you plan on doing that, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'll just hold off and do it later. I actually need to check resources and see the situation on that. Make more meds. I can't at the moment. Yeah. Well, what do you need for the meds? Because I might have the stuff. If you're just making basic stem Bs, we should have everything we need. Not materials, you're occupied. Oh, okay, I got you. This is getting... I'm hurting right now, man. I may have to stop soon. I don't know if I don't know what happened, if I had like a bad dream or something, or what, like tensed up, but I'm hurting today. Problem is too, I felt so good yesterday, I probably moved around way more than I should have. Anyway, gotta go have fun. Gotta go have fun. You have fun, buddy. Be safe. Thanks for jumping in and saying hey. It's good talking to you. We'll have to talk more SWG later. Please don't. Oh. Get up. Get up. I don't know if I'll be able to make it to tier 4. What did I just unlock? Getting there. I wish you'd offer me Sludge Panthers. If I had the greater Sludge Panthers, I'd be going a lot faster on the experience. How are we doing money? Yeah, we broke $1 million, so we made our money back. So we are now back in black. Fire resistance 6. Ugh. What a letdown. Fire resistance 6 armor attachment. That is just gonna sit on the vendor. I hate to say it. I'll put it up there, but I don't think it's gonna sell. I kind of want to get... There we go. I don't want to do that. Where are you? I'll take that, that's fine. I mean, 2 greater sludge pan. Oh, how are you doing? That's another question. Alright, you're 36, you're good. I think if I got, I'm trying to think how much I'll get off the Sludge Panthers. I think I get like 15 of them out of it. In theory, I should get a little bit better experience off these. Trying to gauge how many more runs I have to do before I'm done. I think I can finish this in a buff session, but if I can just kind of stay comfortable in this spot. This dude's late to the party. Another pole. I get scared when I see a lot of pole arms and two-handers. I'm just like, oh gosh, here we go. I'm gonna be postured, dizzied, and knocked down to death. Per parent, yeah, I've been making stem B, but that's the problem with doing multiple things at the same time. Can't do it all. Yeah. I need to do more spice runs and get them loaded up there. I'm slacking on that. I think I get 3,500 for that. $3,300. man. Start harvesting. Somebody killed that hunter dude, or something killed that hunter. The one I saw yesterday just chilling by the camp. That was him, he was dead. Corpse just laying there. It's a Muggy! Mug Granny, what's up? You making pancakes today or waffles? What'd you make for breakfast? I need you to bake me some cookies. Didn't hear an answer to previous question. Should I be targeting people since I want tapes? Is there a particular place of types to go for? I didn't see your question. You don't have a previous question in there, unless it was like way further up. It might have been buried in the other stuff. Yeah. So if you're looking for tapes, this is how I get a lot of my my lower tier tapes. I'll come out here and do Akuma missions. If you do Akuma missions every day, tapes. I mean, obviously, like there's one, and you also get the rings. I've got a couple on here, like a +2 there, or 5. So the highest you get, depending on like the combat level you're doing. Like if you max out your combat level with a pet and a droid and everything, you can get up to like +7. You might maybe even +9. I can't remember, but you get the higher level missions, and then for like lower stuff, you know, like majority of the Akuma missions you get are going to be the lower end, you know, +5s, +6s. For higher tier stuff, there's Jantas, so you can do Mox and Jantas and Dantooine. They're melee, their resistor kind of lopsided, so it might be like 100% resist to connect, but 0 to energy or whatever, vice versa. I'm trying to think. Night Sisters, you know, for that mid tier, you can do like Rangers and stuff. If you want the +25s, that's your Dark Jedi Masters, Dark Jedi Knights, Night Sister Elders. Like I would, every time I saw a Dark Jedi Master or Dark Jedi Knight, I would go and kill it. I had a build set up for soloing them, and that's what I'd go do. That's where I get a lot of my +25s. I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, you're going to have to focus NPCs. You're not going to get attachments off creatures. What missions? Akuans. Like I do large Akuan camps. You can do there's other NPC, you know, you can do faction stuff. You can do bounties. Like if you're a bounty hunter, you can get good tapes, you know, up to +20, I think, off the bounty mission. Guess what I'm asking is, does the type of people matter? Or kind of. So like I said before, earlier, I was saying there was a point on Finalizer when Akuans were actually better for tapes. Like I would get way more tapes. I filled the entire backpack in a buff session. Like that's how good they can be. And then they like fixed the loot table, and so you'd get, you know, maybe a quarter of what you used to get. So I've gotten a few here, but nothing like I used to. I get a lot more of this stuff now, the junk loot and the kit item. But like, it does kind of matter, because there's some NPCs, like for example the Ewoks. You can go kill the Ewoks and get their pistol, the fact that they drop that specific pistol means that there's a greater chance that you're going to get a pistol with a dot, right? Like you keep looting it, you're going to get it. Or like if they drop a specific knife or something like that. So Akuans are not the best for that stuff because they don't drop weapons. They drop clothes, junk loot, kit items, and tape. Jantas, Mox and Jantas, they're better because they do drop weapons. And there's some other factions I'm trying to think. Belladonna's drop paintings. They drop a lot of the paintings. But every faction has a different loot table, and so, different reasons to farm them. Because you may say, hey, I want to get tapes, but I also want to be able to get weapons to try and get dot weapons. So I'm going to go farm this instead of that, So it just depends on what you're looking for. The Akuans are just, they're easy. It's easy farm. If you're doing a buff session, like, hey, I want to make 500k real fast and get a bunch of tapes that I can sell. I mean, I've made millions off of tapes I've gotten from Akuans just because, like, somebody needed Weaponsmith Experimentation 5 or they needed two-hand speed 5. Like, two-hand speed 5, rifle speed 5, those sell, If it's a clothing attachment, you can get 1 million for one of those. Don't know this word? What do you mean, don't know this word? Akuan? The large Akuan champion camp? Yeah, Akuan. Akuan, however, Akuans. I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah, it's just the faction that they belong to. They're like a cult or something like that. I've farmed these for ages. This is like one of my. I don't see many people doing it. Like in the early days of SWG, a lot of people did it because people were getting rings and stuff. But then they moved on to higher tier stuff and kind of freed it up. So I'd live on Talus farming these. You can also do the Imperial faction NPCs. Like you can run or the other faction, whichever one you are, if you're Rebel or Imperial. You could do their missions. Like if you're Imperial, you can just do missions outside of the Dantooine Imperial Outpost. No, it's not the only game I play now. I just finished Mass Effect Andromeda playthrough. Loaded that up on YouTube. I've been playing a lot of Total War in my off time, like when I'm listening to a documentary or I'm listening to a broadcast or something like that. But I'm always playing this game. Like I'm always playing this game. When we were playing WoW Classic, I was playing this game. Like I always have the game installed. I always have my buildings active, all that kind of stuff. I come in and check on stuff, my vendors, all that. So I have like a whole little business over here, like in the world. Let's see, that's 1500. I don't want it. But yeah, that sounds location specific. So Talus. Yeah, no, they're Talus specific. You can fight NPC missions, 12k missions, 14, 16k missions. You can totally go and kill any NPCs on any planet, but they're all part of different factions. They have different loot tables. This specific faction, they all use melee weapons. Their resistances are low. Their drop rate is good on tapes for lower tier tape. So I've just always farmed them, and they have the additional benefit of dropping Akuan rings, which Akuan ring that's guaranteed 50k for me. Like I've sold all my Akuan rings. I've sold 20 or 30 of them, and they all sold for 50k a pop. And you can also get lock containers from them, which is like 20k for me to sell. So they're just a good option. So I like farming them. There we go. We got 2 good ones right. See time on this. 2 minutes, 5 minutes. We're good. We're gonna put you here and you there, so I can stop doing that. But yeah, they're on Talus. So for example, like on Tatooine, you have Tuskens, and Jawas. You have a chance of getting Jawa iron rifles with dots on them, so that's nice. Or like an exceptional or legendary Jawa ions, that's good. Tusken, you can get pretty good tapes and whatnot off. You get the Tusken gear or whatever. Who cares about it? I think they drop gaffy sticks too. But there's certain NPCs that have specific items they drop. Like this is a Kuan ring, so you don't really want to farm stuff unless you're like the Belladonnas, for example. You can get the paintings, but like certain factions, they'll have a item that they drop, and if it's a weapon, that means they are they have a high cap for how much money you can make off of them. Because if I get a legendary Janta knife or something, or with like a mind fire on it, that's gonna sell. It's gonna sell for a lot. So like kill Jantas, I always have the chance of getting a Janta knife. I'll get other stuff like tapes or whatever, as well. Akuans, I'm not getting weapons off them. That's the one downside to them, so they don't drop weapons. But they do drop the Akuan ring, so that means I have steady, like across like hours of farming, I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna always turn a profit with them. Like that rifle accuracy tape is going to sell. It's an armor attachment, yeah, but it's rifle accuracy 5. Somebody's gonna buy that and throw it in their belt, or in a bando, or even on like maybe their helmet or something if they have a really good helmet for PvP. You just throw that on there. Not worries about making money. I'm here for specific items and need I like the tapes, or like the Kuans are great. You can get tapes off just about any of the mid and high level NPCs. It depends on what you're wanting. Like for me, I'm fine with getting a bunch of +5s and 6s and stuff like that, and 4s, because I just throw it all on the vendor. I don't worry about it, and people will come and pick at it and buy it over time. But if you're looking for the big ones like 25s, 20s, stuff like that, you're gonna be looking at higher level NPCs. Only thing is, you really got to have a character built for it, because the NPCs are not what they used to be. They actually can use their skills now, and they're not easy. Like it's a fight. It's like you go fight a Dark Jedi Master. It is a fight. There's also the world boss. You can get tapes off world boss too. Those mobs. I mean, that's another one. If you see the world boss email, go and get into a group and down the world boss, and make sure you're alive and fighting the world boss when it dies inside the arena. Because one, the ads that they spawn drop +25s, and they drop high end loot. So they're very tough. They're like the hardest things in the game. And then the world boss itself has its own loot table. So 100% go to the world boss fights. You'll see an email pop up while you're online. You'll get a system message across the board, especially the world boss is like talking trash or something, calling you out. And then you just gotta go to wherever it's at on whatever planet, because it's random. Junk. We got expert sword defense, so that's good. How much time do we have left on? About 30 minutes. Yeah, we're not going to get master. We're not going to get tier 4. But we are getting melee mitigation 2, which is massive. That's really... So that's good. You're still playing Magic the Gathering? Come on, man. Why are you playing Magic? At SWG. You can always go to a hotel in one of the major cities and gamble if you want to do that. How much do I get? 15 counterattack? What was the previous one? 15. Let's get. Alright, what's my counterattack at now? 165. Excellent. If I had plus 25 tape, that'd be great. I should probably check. Let me look at the bazaar real fast. I'm gonna take a break from combat. We can the robot. And then, let's see. I just want to take a look. Vendor location, entire galaxy. Miscellaneous clothing. What do we got here? Wow, they're not cheap. Here's some fives. They're all 475. Goodness. Yeah, it ain't cheap. I think I have a 7 somewhere. But it's good to know that they're paying high. Actually, now that like less and less stuff is available, because I'm just looking at the global market, like I can actually raise prices on some things. This is a plus 24. Look at that. 8 million. Fantastic. Oh, that's sad. Pistol aiming 11, counterattack 10. Ugh. That's brutal. I wish that the multi-attachments gave you multi-mods within that socket. Like, I think that would be cool. So you don't have to play the stupid game of taking this off, putting this on, or just throw it in there. Margaret says, think you missed my question, so we'll ask it again. Tagging you so it is not missed. It's okay, Margaret. I'm sorry if I missed it. When you say sell, is that to a vendor or is there an auction house system like wow? So there's both. So I have the auction system here, right? The bazaar is what we call it. Now I can buy stuff. There's the auctions at the bazaar. I can buy stuff there, or I can come over here to vendor location, and all of these are located on vendors on other planets or on this planet. But what I'll do is I'm going to head back to my shop and I'll show you. Let me do that. We'll go ahead and Acrylic anyways, and I want to dump this stuff, so we're going to go ahead and head, and I will show you what it looks like. Yeah, it's both. The answer is both, but I think you'll be surprised by the what the system looks like and everything. So let me see. Do I already have a ticket here? This is this departure for Acrylic. So we're gonna head back. So, I have a house, and then within my house, I have vendors that look like me, look like my player character, and they'll talk to people when they come in, you know, wave at them or whatever. I have them programmed to do. They're registered on the galactic market, so people can get the waypoint to go there. And what you do is you just come up and interact with it, just like I interact with this droid, and it brings up a window like the previous one I showed you from the bazaar. Do you build this like in Minecraft or Ark, or do all players have the same house? There's a whole bunch of different types of houses that you can get. So they're prefab basically. So you buy a deed from an architect, and maybe it's a deed for like Tatooine house style 2, you know, floor plan 2, you know, or it's like Tatooine house style 1, floor plan 1, whatever, or guild hall or whatever. But you can build an entire. Gosh, my mustache! I'm shaving this thing off. It's driving me crazy. But anyways, you can build an entire city And so you can buy like a city hall, you can buy a cantina, a hospital, which it's legitimately driving me mad, dude. So this is an NPC city, right? There is a player city nearby my shop. I'm gonna take us to the shop. But the architects, so there's like these are all the professions. This is all professions in the game. So like for example, an architect is going to build houses. No, Appropriate Panic. I don't think he was Appropriate Panic. Did you play WoW Classic on Fairlina? I know Appropriate Panic from somewhere else, but I don't know. He may have played there, and I just don't know. Yeah, okay. Just thought I would ask. Oh, yeah. It's no problem, Margaret. Oh, I forgot to put myself on admin to that. Alright, so like this is my shop, right? It's a guild hall, Corellia style guild hall. And then I have the all these structures around it I own. Oh, the character builder came back. That's weird. That was gone yesterday. Now it's back. It's very strange. Very well. So yeah, so see I have a vendor here. This is an armor vendor. So I have different armor sets on it. This is my weaponsmith. So I go here. So I have like all the different weapons that I crafted. So it's like I made this. And the stats all vary based off of the resources you use, because resources have different qualities. So like if I show you here, they're randomly generated every week or so, right? So like you'll have spawns of certain resources. So it might be Tolusian Fiberplast, and it's got randomly generated numbers, and that specific type has a specific name that's registered on Galaxy Harvester. Like we keep track of it. We have a database of all the resources that ever spawn. And the higher the qualities, they're better for building different items, because every item draws from different pools on the resource, and in turn affects the results. So when I'm crafting, I'll get different results on the weapons depending on what resources I'm using. So I try to stockpile the best and then, you know, work from that. And then you can slice the weapon. A smuggler can slice the weapon, increasing its stats, either its speed or its damage. But I have like, you can see like here's a power hammer. It's 175 to 606 damage. Has a wound percent 27.8, attack speed of 5.1. The one directly above it, 5.3, 150, 592, 23.3%. Yada yada yada. And that there's components that you put in. So instead of looting, you can loot weapons from mobs, but it's a 1 in a million chance that it's going to matter. Whereas when I kill something, I get components that I use in the crafting process, and they modify the stats, improve. Love that part of the crafting system, but it is a little anxiety inducing. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. When you're taking let's say accolade bone. You know, I've got 3 server best accolade bones that I'm crafting a stun baton with. We did this a couple months ago. And it's like, I need them to succeed. I no critical failures. I need all the experimentation to go perfect. And then I need to slice it for damage. You know, get a high enough percentage slice that it's worth it. It can be pretty nerve-wracking when you're doing high-end crafting. A lot of these I farmed. I'd sit in the geocave and farm, or like my buddy would go farm. So I had a lot of this stuff to work with. I just throw out everything that's not capped. You know, that's not the highest stats I could get. And then, I can pick from the best of it. But I did fall behind on T21s, and blaster power handlers. I missed 2 new server bests for that, for both of those. So I'm gonna have a slightly worse T21 than Jeers and some of the other guys, but I think I'm still perfect on. I think I edged him out by like 1 point on the stun baton or on melee weapons, something like that. So melee weapons are still server best. But yeah, so that's how it works. And then I have other vendors with other stuff. So I have my attachments vendors, and like miscellaneous loot or whatever. And then over here I have this guy selling resources and certain bulk items. They were saying Russia controls the skies over Ukraine. This is not good at all. Do you think this could lead something? I heard somebody say something earlier. I was listening to radio, and somebody had said that there was some escalation or potential for escalation because something had happened. I'm not sure. I didn't check the news though. I can go look. Let's see what the news is saying. I'm curious. Because I did hear it, but I was busy, so I didn't really pay attention to it. But there needs to be de-escalation. This is just silly. Let's make sure that's muted. Not seeing. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything trending. I think. Just checking. I don't like this. They have. I think this should be criminal. The military, like, anyways, I'm not gonna get into it. I just the public spam of combat footage and stuff and all these horrible things. I don't like it. This is terrible. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything specifically. You'd have to link me. I'll definitely check the news once I get out of here. Sit down and actually read. You messaged me a link? Oh, okay, let me check. Where'd you message me? Did you DM me on Twitch or something? Oh, you DM me on Twitch. Let's see. So we're getting back to, yeah. So if that's accurate, we're getting back to where we were pre-2016 election when they were wanting a no-fly zone over Syria and they were wanting to push out Russian air assets. I see us setting the stage again in a different location with the same playbook, and I don't like that. I really don't want to see conflict. I don't want to see fighting, man. I'm so tired of it. It needs to stop. It's terrible. Alright, so we drop those in there. Try to see what else we got. We got a bunch of the junk loot I need to drop off. Yes, this is shop. Eventually I'm going to have all the non-player crafted items in the game, so everything will be on display. So I'll have everything you can get. I need to get the rest of the goggles. Got my rugs. Can't wait to do this back room with all the painting. I'm just gonna turn into like a museum, art exhibit, whatever. Yeah, Tim's definitely gonna cover it, I'm sure. If there's a significant escalation over there, I'm sure they will cover it. What just happened? My music just go. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. We can continue. Let's see, this is relaxing. It's a good time to listen to this. These are all gonna go. They'll all end up on the vendor. The other one's gonna go into the sorter. So we're gonna go sort some stuff real quick. Glad my character builder's back. I don't know why it disappeared. Super annoying. But yeah, there's a lot of professions, and you can make any combination of professions. You have 250 skill points, Mogger. Just went to the bathroom, and on the way back, I fell, hurt my good hip and knee. Hope you had to come to help me, close to me. Mogger, you need to be more careful. You need to take care of yourself. Don't be doing that. I have to go through and fix all this. I'll do it later, though. I'm not gonna do it right now. Recovery software? I can't remember which one uses the recovery software. Oh, I did need the broken. I think I did need that. Oh, we'll figure it out. I'm not gonna do it right this second, but later. I think I need all these. Just throw all this in here. This goes in. Oh, oh, where'd I put it? Drug, no, data disk repair kit. Whatever, just throw it in there. Do I have any others? Alright, we emptied all that out. Seems like a good place to wind down. Going on 5 o'clock. Buffs are dropping. Don't think there's anything else in particular I need at this second. So I'm going to be tapping out. But I will be back later tonight because I don't have a show tonight. So I'll be able to stream. I'm trying to think, do I have anything else I gotta do? Nah, I should be good. So if you're watching, thanks for watching. If you weren't watching, you can check out the replay. I'll have it uploaded to youtube.com/SlickSith as well as on Twitch, obviously. And next time we come back, we'll finish Swordsman. We'll have Tier 4 and Swordsman done. And then I can focus on trying to figure out how I'm going to do Medic. I'm going to have to make Appropriate Panic Dance for me or something. But yeah, that's about it. Money back, which is great. We're back to $1 million on them, so we've made back everything that we spent. Now everything is profit. And as soon as we finish Swordsman 4, the Medic, I want to get the Medic done, but I don't have to do it to start the theme parks and stuff, so I'll get to work on that. And yeah, should be able to get to the village in no time. We'll probably have an episode where I'm just going to waypoints, just going to POIs and getting the badges, because there's certain badges I'll need in order to unlock, and then you know, each theme park I'll probably do a separate episode for each theme park. But anyways, I'll be back later tonight. I'll see you later.